being positive. What you put out in the world is exactly what you're going to get back. I'm a massive believer in that. And so I try to compliment people right when I see them. Like, oh, dude, cool hat, or, yo, that's a cool tattoo, or nice watch, or, yo, you have a good smile, whatever it is. Just complimenting someone right when you see them, I think sets the tone for all your conversations.
How do I get rich? I borrow money and I buy assets with it. The poor person borrows money and buys liabilities like purses, cars, houses, and they get poorer and poorer and poorer. But I use debt. I borrowed $300 million after the crash, dollars. In 2000, by 2010, I had borrowed $300 million to buy real estate. That made me rich.
I wish I understood time a little bit more, the value of it. I don't think I quite understood that then. And I'm thinking particularly like, I think I wasted a lot of time just kind of like chasing girls or like, you know, just, and for what that meant for me, not meaning like I was up here sleeping around, meaning that it was too important to me. Like that relationship was too important to me. Like to have that was when I needed to be about chasing me. Like I needed to chase this.
And everybody's talking about how they're gonna crush it and what they're gonna do and who they're gonna be. And then you look at their content and every Friday night, they're at a fucking concert. And every Sunday morning, they're this. And every Tuesday afternoon, they're that. And they watch a shitload of fucking Netflix and they're incredible at fucking Candy Crush and fucking. And so, I go on this rant, not to do anything or to razz or to fucking call anybody out. I'm just asking a very simple question. I promise you, if you wanna be pumped professionally and personally, there's one thing that will drive you to the biggest success. It's called self-awareness.
Michael Jordan, remember I interviewed him years ago, and I said, what makes you the best in the world? Is it skill? Is it talent? Is it ability? Is it background? Is it training? And he was so awesome. He said, Tony, I can tell you the truth and it won't sound like hyperbole or false modesty. He said, I didn't even make the high school basketball team my sophomore year. I was cut. He said, what it is every day I demand more from myself than anybody else could possibly expect. I don't compete with other people, I compete with what I'm capable of.
I still don't do drugs. You know, I drink, but even if I drink every day, I don't drink to black out. I don't drink to escape my sadness. I don't drink to the point that it affects my family or my career. I think I'm just happy that I'm still intact. You know, that's my biggest accomplishment. I made a lot of money. I made, you know, did a lot of things, been a lot of places, had a lot of opportunities to fuck this up and didn't.
Hard times create hard men. Hard men create soft times. Soft times create soft men. Soft men create hard times. We are now around soft men in hard times. People think that you should be weak and you should be docile. No. You should be a monster and then learn how to control it. It's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. This doesn't mean that you can't be kind if you're strong, but it does mean you can't be strong if you're weak.
Well, I have a friend who was not successful at all, but was really up and coming. And he had a thing. He would only fly first class. I'm not saying do this because for somebody it won't work, but he needed that mentally.
Right.
He wanted to fly first class because mentally he wanted to think he was the best and that's it. And even though he didn't have much money at the time, this is years ago, he would always fly. I used to criticize him, but it put him in a good state of mind and he became a very, very successful guy. Very, very successful. And I've always remembered that. He would never fly coach. He would always fly first class, even though he didn't have the means to fly. So, look, it's complicated, but whatever it takes to train that.
I'm gonna get emotional actually talking about this. Fuck. So I'm getting off the plane and I see this dude seated towards the front of the plane as everyone's deboarding. And he's waiting there, and I was like, hey man, he goes, thanks again, Logan, I appreciate it. I go, bro, like, have a good day. Yeah, it's my pleasure. And I walk past him, and I realize he's waiting for the entire plane to deboard before he gets in his wheelchair and then leaves the plane. And like, that made me realize, like, you don't even think about or understand the problems that people are having and putting your life into perspective. Like, I got so much like empathy and respect for him and the way he moves about his life and still having like an energy that he had. If he is moving about his life with the positivity that he has, what the fuck am I gonna complain about? Some petty bullshit. Like, yo, shut the fuck up, dude. People are always whining about something, and it can get so much worse. Like, please just check yourself. Check yourself before you whine about something, because there are people like with legitimate problems out there, people who are legitimately struggling with something, and to see just like a lot of these just babies, bro, snags on Twitter, just saying shit about snags, more sensitive new age guy.
4 types of mindsets. One mindset is I must win. Another mindset is I must be right. Another mindset is I must be liked. And the other mindset is I must be comfortable. So the people who must be liked and the people who must be comfortable will probably never make it as entrepreneurs, simply because, you know, we hear it all the time. Oh, I don't really want to be rich. I just want to be comfortable. You know, I want to be with all my friends, have them like me. Well, they should not be entrepreneurs, they should be employees.